Hello back. Today's episode we're going to talk about in the previous video we saw different things in lists and also in string. We saw that lists and string have different things and slicing and index and you can and methods and but today's episode is a little bit different because today's episode I'm going to talk about a new data type which is tuple. uh, so tuple actually is a standard sequence data type. What does that mean? Let's first take examples about what actually tuples is and how to write a tuple and some things and different things actually. So the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk about a quick note here, which is in the previous video I planned to make a comprehension video or less comprehension video, but I stopped that and I said it's really hard because less comprehension, it's a complicated process and concept. This is the first thing. The second thing, when we talk about less comprehension, we talk about a background. You need to know, you need to have a background of loops, but in this app, in this playlist, we never talk about loops and we have no video about loops because loops after see all the data types in Python, we will talk about loops, but for now we never talk about lists. So that's why I said in my mind I will keep this less comprehension. Another episodes maybe after loops, after read and know and get well knowledge about what actually loops and how to write loops, I'm gonna talk about actually less comprehension. So this is the first thing. The second thing, let's talk about tuples. So as I said before, tuples is a standard sequence data type, which is, what does that mean? That means you can't assign a values on a particular position, as you saw in string and in list. You can do this, So let's talk about how to write a tuple. So let's say tuple 1, and let's talk about, let's say Salah, or let's say name 1, name 2, and name 3. Let's do print T1. Yes, T1. What is it? Let's try to do G equal hello, and let's do print G. Let's say I have name hi. So let's do type of this object. Yes, here so it's a tuple. Now let's access to hello. So what I'm gonna do in this situation, print t 0. So I'm gonna access to hello. Yes, let's access to 1. I'm gonna access to hi. So this is the first thing. Let's add let's say at t 0 I'm gonna add new item. So let's say I'm gonna this, and I'm gonna set print t. So I'm here we have a error. Tuple object does not support a segment. You can't add or assign values to the tuple, which means the tuple is a standard data type, and which means also you have no ability to remove or assign, so this is the first thing. Let's say if I have no data, here I have empty tuple. So let's check if this is tuple. I'm gonna set type of t. I'm gonna see it's a tuple, and let's say len t, and what I'm gonna say 0. It's like we have list but it's empty. So let's do print len l. I'm gonna say it's 0, which means we have no item in the list or in the tuple. Yes, there are some situations that we need to use tuples. That's why Python provided this data type. So let's talk about if I have for example hello, and I have hi, and I'm gonna set print t, and what I'm gonna see hello and hi. By the way, this is a data type, so let's check, and what I'm gonna see yes, and what I'm gonna see it's a tuple. In this situation we can't add a particular item to the list. Actually, let's make a new t2, for example, let's say tuple 2, and let's say we have hello, or let's say I'm gonna set in the position or in the tuples, in the list. Let's say made new list. So I'm gonna set new list, and I'm gonna set we have hey hi, and I have a new list, which equal to LLO, and I'm gonna set new item, let's say I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna set at position L, at position 0, at and L at position 2 0, and what I'm gonna get, it's now it's a complete word, so I can add this with this. So I can set 1 and here 1, and I'm gonna get a long list. So this is the first thing. I can do this with tuples. I don't know. I can do this with tuples. Let's say I have also randomly value. Now, I'm sorry about this word, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna set t at position 0 plus add to q at position 0, sorry, and now I'm gonna get a complete word. There's some operations that you can perform with tuples, you know, and there's some things that you can't that you can do. There's another method you can use in all. This method supports all the data type that you know in Python. So let's set print dir t. I'm gonna set here I have q format and lt, all those things. We have index, so those don't care about this, there's and this and this, care just about this count. What's this? We have len, you know, but don't care all about this, care about those things. There's two methods in a tuples that's common with string. In the string we have count and index methods. Let's try to perform those methods in this situation. So I'm gonna set print t dot count hi, and I'm gonna see 1. We have a 1, only 1, and I'm gonna set he or hi, and I'm gonna set we have 2, which means we have 2 only methods that you can perform on a tuples. That's why tuples are mutable, immutable, and standard data type. Anyway, let's do the next one, which is index high. It will give me 1 0 1. I think we have our yeah, no, we don't have this. And let's say he, I'm gonna set 0. Let's do, for example, let's say I have, for example, let's say I have my name Salah. So what I'm gonna do, print, for example, hello Mr. Yes, Mr. dot, or not this, dot format G. Well, I'm gonna see hello Mr. Salah, and I think actually we can do this. I think can do this. T, and now I'm gonna see hello Mr. Salah. Anyway, yes, this is the same with this, you know, you can do, I think, I'm not sure about this, but I'm gonna try with you. I think T, I'm not sure. Yes, it's working now. So this is the first thing. So this is the first video about tuples, but another episode or next video going to be talking about another data type, you know. So here we saw all the different data type, you know, and but another episode we're going to talk about sets. Sets actually it's not a complicated option, and we will talk about dictionaries and a little bit complicated concepts, looping techniques, it's ways, you know, and we're going to talk about more conditions, which is all those things are really important, you know. So thank you I'm so see you another episode. Goodbye. So I'm gonna remove this. I have no internet right now. I don't know what's the purpose. Anyway, yes. So thank you for watching this episode.